Okay, with the creative team of Phantom Quartz, Mark David, who is the director, and then Alexandra, who is the writer and the star of the film. Congrats, guys. We showed your film a couple of times. You guys are based in France. Hope you enjoy
Yeah,
your experience so far, but you guys made a great sci-fi film. So tell us about the process. Alexandra, you wrote the screenplay. Was it designed for you to act in it all from the beginning?
yeah. Okay, so when I was writing the movie Phantom Quartz, the first idea was to play a kind of Ethan Hunt character. The Mission Impossible was the first thought, and the background of the idea was to mix physical stunt, mechanical stunt, and camera action within the whole process to mix all together.
Yeah.
And that's why we try to create the whole process altogether. Is we are just a group of friends. We know each other for more than 20 years, and uh, and that's it.
So are you a stuntman? Is that what you do for like that's your profession?
We
Yeah.
are stuntmen, stunt performers for more than 20 years,
Okay.
and that's why the idea came. And yeah, the most difficult part for us was to actually to be reunited together during those 5 days shooting because we are all working on different projects.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's cool. So you guys known each other from the stunt world. So is there a lot of
yeah.
films that needs like it's kind of a general question, but there's a lot of films that need stunts in France?
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, we are actually with Mark, we were doing live shows at the very beginning when we were like 15 years old.
Yeah, we started doing martial arts when we were kids. I mean, kids like around 16 years
Yeah,
old.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And after we started doing like live shows, we did Britain's Got Talent, France Got Talent, doing martial arts and trying to do like fight scenes from movies, but on stage. And
Gotcha.
then we started doing working in amusement parks like Disneyland and Parc Astérix in France, and stunt coordinators started to call us to be stunt guys on different movies.
And so Al, when you were writing the script, did you have Mark in mind to direct it?
Yes, right away. When I started to write the script, I was already thinking about Mark because I think it's 2015. We did a shortcut together called
Yeah.
Miscellaneous,
Okay.
and it was exactly the same process, but we were really younger. Mark was already directing the project, and I was performing. And so 10 years later, we wanted to do it again with more professionalism, more
Yeah,
experience.
more knowledge and more everything.
Yeah,
Because since this first short movie that we did together, uh, time goes.
time flies.
Yeah, and yeah, I did by I'm now called for to direct action scenes in feature films. I was like 1 year ago on Gangs of London designing
Okay.
all the fight scenes, and I started like Alex as a stunt performer, but I always like to feel how to shoot it, and I love cameras, I love editing, I love computer and everything.
Yeah.
So that's logic.
So the let's talk about the. It seems like you're on your way as a director. This is a really nicely put together film. Nice script, of course, nice acting, but it's like yeah, you really made a nice film. So, but let's talk about your story for a second because you emotionally involved the audience with his daughter, right? So we know this guy's kind of a badass and he's got a high risk job. So as an audience, we care about him right away because he seems like a good dad and we don't want him to die, right? Right?
Yeah, I'm happy you feel that because that's exactly the way I thought about the script.
Yeah.
Because of course we know how to do stunts, we know how to film it,
Yeah.
but the challenge for us was to create a deep story with it, something emotionally strong.
Mhm.
And that's why the storyline started with the this relationship between dad and his daughter,
Yeah.
which is actually my daughter.
I
So
was
it
going to
was
ask you that. It seemed like
Yeah,
that she was doing some great acting. So I'm assuming that
that's why he's good on this scene.
yeah.
that that,
'Cause she
that
she felt I felt the love in the scene, right? So
that was kind of a challenge because when we were shooting, she was 3 years old,
yeah.
and so we did a lot of rehearsals. We went into the bar a couple of times just to for her to be comfortable with the location,
Yeah.
and then we play the hide and seek a couple of times in the same place before to shoot. And the first time we did actually the 3, 2, 1 action with the silence, she completely blocked. She
Of
was like,
course, yeah.
"What's going on?" So we tried to figure it out, and then we forgot the sound. We were like, just we need to play it like kind of normal live sequence,
Yeah.
and then she started having fun with it. And I remember she did play this exact same scene like 10 between 10 and 12 times, but really like professional. And at this moment we're all like, wow, she's ready to she's ready to do a acting career.
Yeah. Yeah. And so okay, so and then you got a really like I've watched obviously see a lot of short films, right? But you got an amazing chase sequence. Like it's like it's high. I don't know like what your budget was. I don't know what you guys, but this is top notch, and
Thank
it's one of the
Thank you so
better.
much.
Like it's like on the level of a feature film. But you're riding the motorcycle without a helmet, by the way, because I guess you want the audience to know it's you, I guess, right? But it seemed pretty dangerous. It's like there's some pretty dangerous sequences. So tell me about how you guys put that all together with your team, that whole chase sequence.
Okay, so the process, the most important for us as a stunt team are the rehearsals and the Richie, the location sick.
Yeah.
And while we have this with Mark, we go in our office and we start writing how we want to shoot it. What's the story and how we want to shoot it.
We took like four toys, like two motorcycles toys and cars, and just started to play with cars and things, and just I was looking for maybe from that angle, if I spin behind you and you go right away and everything, then we cut, we jump in the truck, we can do this, then inside the car with the actors and everything, and we ride it with the Jan Brouet, Alex assistant, and we spend like 4 days on Word just writing. Okay, first shot is going to be the wide angle with just the landscape and everything. The
Yeah.
second one right away in the forest with the gun and Alex. And yeah, we I don't remember how many shots we just wrote on the paper, but yeah, that was a big project. But everything was organized just before shooting the real movie.
And you were talking about budget. I think it's important for you to know that in this movie we kind of have no budget. Like
Yeah.
all the cars and motorcycles came from our friends. Everybody bring bad things
Yeah.
together, and we had 5 days working on only one big street. And when you watching the action scene, you don't really notice and realize like we are only on maybe 800
Yeah,
meters,
something like that.
800
Yeah.
meters.
Yeah. I figured I was wondering about that, but it's like, but we're just so into the story. We're not, I'm like breaking it down now, watching it the second, third time, right?
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
okay. So people who haven't watched this film, you gotta, it starts off with a guy getting shot right in the head and he falls off the truck, off the truck. And then you got like other sequences, and then okay, then it ends. Well, it doesn't end because it keeps going. Then someone is set on fire. There's a big
Yeah,
fight in the back of a truck. Like this thing
yeah.
it's insane what you guys did. And it just keeps going and going. Once you think it's over, it just keeps going and going and going.
That was
And
that
and,
was
and,
the aim.
and this guy is still alive.
yeah, and yeah, yeah. And then we also the three people flying off, like literally flying off motorcycles
Yeah.
And like these are professional, I'm assuming obviously professional stunt drivers who are like, would anybody get hurt in the making of the film?
No,
No,
nobody gets hurt.
So
no,
how did you
no.
do the
Just
sequence where the
maybe
guy
yeah,
gets shot in the
just
head?
like a shock with the Nicola's ankle
Yeah,
when he did the crash, the
yes.
motorcycle when the motorcycle crashes against the car when the
Yeah.
car is stopped. Yeah, but nothing
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 crazy.
special, nothing crazy, like
So,
usual for a stunt guy.
well, you did have a budget because you damaged the car, right?
Yes. I
I'm
mean,
assuming you did
that's
that once. Like you didn't
we,
do it. You only, that was one shot.
exactly that was the challenge. We were looking for a car who can answer to the script and that we can broke at the end of the movie. And we have a friend who were like, okay, I can give you my car.
Really good friends.
Oh, wow.
So we create uh, the whole schedule of the shoot for this to be the last shot. So
Okay.
for us, it was kind of a climax at the end of the day number 5. We're all watching this last big stunt to finish this car.
And so, okay, so but how many cameras did you shoot it with? Because I'm assuming you got to get the shot, right? Like it's in parable.
Exactly.
Yeah, we had
3.
three cameras shooting at the same time,
Yeah.
like a red and two GH6.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it worked out like the way it flipped over, right? Like it kind of worked out.
Yes. Yeah, very good. Very well.
Was there somebody in the car?
yeah, of course.
Well, I these days you don't know, right? But yeah, there was someone in the car.
It's actually the same guy who's playing the character, the policeman, kind of in this car. It's exactly the same guy who
Yeah,
just put the helmet, the whole things,
Yeah.
and actually we had 2 cars because we had one who were able to do all the chase with Marc inside because the car who were doing the stunt needs to be prepared and have a lot of stuff inside to be able to protect the stunt performer. So we were playing with one rental car and one stunt car.
Gotcha. Well, congratulations. It's like it's pretty fucking awesome. Pardon my French.
Thank you.
Like it's not what you're expecting. Like I'm watching these films and it's like, okay, there's a nice fight scene in the beginning, right? And then okay, oh, it's a really cool car chase sequence. I didn't think it was going to be like 80% of your movie, right? Like it was like it just
yeah,
keeps
yeah,
going and going and going, and it's like it's really well choreographed, everything. When you were Mark, when you were in editing, or you both of you in editing, were you guys like worried about that all the footage? Were you guys like how were you reacting when you saw the footage for the first time?
Thank you.
yeah. Of course.
Yeah, yeah, we were worried a lot
Yeah,
Yeah,
because it was the first time for us. We with Mark we from the martial arts, like he
yeah,
said, and we used to work as a physical stunt performer. So for us, having a car, a motorcycle, was already something big and something new for us. So
yeah,
that's why we met and we bring a lot of friends who used to work with cars and motorcycles. So just with this idea, having footage of car and motorcycle, we were like, okay, we don't really know how to do
yeah,
it, how to
yeah.
deal with it, and that's where Mark create the magic of the scene. Is like, okay, I feel I have to do it like this. I feel, and it's just a matter of work and feelings. I would say.
yeah. I spent like 10 years of my life doing fight scenes with human. I mean,
Yeah.
human beings, fighters. And
Human beings, yeah.
this scene, when they called me to do a car chase, for me it was the first time. So it's really different to how to shoot it. I'm so used to be really close to the guys fighting, and now you cannot be so close because this is cars and there is speed, and it's really more dangerous than just two guys fighting. So yeah, it was really good for me to find a way to make it well.
And I want to add that we have a guy called Baptiste Aubert who's professional editor and who help us in the process because right after the movie was shot, Marc has to go on
Yeah.
another project. So we needed someone to help us from the team. And he started doing the editing in his way, and Marc was doing on
Yeah.
the other side in his own way. And when we mix the both things together, that's where a lot of magic happens, I would say.
So you guys like it's like I said, the 5 days, you got 5 days to do this. Obviously, you had a lot of friends, a lot of really amazing stunt drivers. Even your makeup, it's a really well, who did your makeup? The makeup with the blood, and it's like really
Yeah.
fantastic.
Ah, okay. Thank you for that. That's the first time we had this
Yeah.
observation.
Yeah.
Odelia would be very happy
Yeah.
to hear that because she's a professional makeup, but she's very young. I think
Yeah.
she's
Yeah.
19. She
Yeah.
started. It was a second professional project for her, so she would be very happy to hear that. Thank you.
You gave her something for real, for sure. Well, you guys know more than anybody. It's like fake makeup, fake blood.
We used
If it's
Yeah.
to.
not real, it takes you right out of the film, right?
Ouais. Je sais pas compris là.
Moi non plus. Sorry, can you tell us again?
Sorry, I said if the blood isn't real, like if the makeup, like the guy gets shot and he's on the floor, if it looks phony, if it looks fake, it takes you
Yeah,
right out of the film. Like as an audience,
exactly,
you're
Yeah.
not going to be, you're
exactly.
just like, oh, that's fake, and then you start laughing, and then you're emotionally disengaged from the film. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Of course.
we had that conversation on set between what should be in VFX, what should be
Mm.
in real makeup.
yeah.
So yeah, it was a big deal, but I'm happy it works and it doesn't look cheesy.
All right, so you guys like so your post production like did you guys have a friend do the sound? Because you as you know for an action movie the sound is very important.
Yeah.
Yeah, for this process, so for the post production, we had Baptiste doing the editing. We had Marc doing the sound design of the fight part, and we have another friend doing the sound design on the of the whole process of the movie, first and the ending scene. And what else? We have Hugues Dardar doing the colorimetric. But during this whole process, we were always with Jan and Marc. We were always at behind the computer as well, and that's for me. It was the first time doing a whole process of a post production, and I didn't expect that to be that hard and that long.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
Honestly,
long.
I didn't know. For me, it was like because I used to perform, and then I go back home.
yeah,
I'm like, okay, thank you.
that's your
I did
day.
my
Yeah,
stunt, very
Yeah.
nice.
And then
And
I spent like 20 days. Oh
yeah,
my God, how to do it? Oh my God, how many sound effects? Oh my God.
yeah.
And you
That's how
missed
the film
to
gets.
say that
That's
you
how
have
you film
a
gets
music
together, right?
composer as well.
yes, and we had Anne de Boisson who were doing the music composing.
Yeah.
Who did a great job as well.
Yeah.
So we were there with a very great team.
But yeah, it's a really nicely filmed. So are you guys? So how do you guys feel about the end result? You get. I'm assuming you must be getting into tons of festivals. How does it feel to like work you guys work on these mainstream movies? This is kind of like the independent world. Huh? Like how do you guys reacting to it?
So what I can say is we didn't expect to have all of this success during the all the festivals because today we have 13 nominations and 10 awards in the festivals.
Yeah,
So it's kind of crazy for us because it was the first time we did that kind of festival competition. The idea for now, of course, is to be able to create maybe the movie of Phantom Quartz. I'm starting with a friend to write it,
yeah,
and uh, and we'll see how it goes. But of course, the idea is to reunite the same people who wants to be part of it. But it's very early to talk about this because for now we're just finishing the competitions. It's been already 1 year. The movie is competing, and we have other projects at the same time. Marc David is working on a lot of movies. I'm
Yeah.
working as well. So we trying to, when we can catch up together, we're trying to think about it, and yes, something will happen.
All right, so I gotta ask you guys basically like people can check your IMDb. It's a long list of amazing credits. I gotta
Yeah,
ask some specific questions. So Mark David, you worked on Dunkirk, District 13,
yeah.
but I gotta ask you about, I'm sure you get asked this before all the time. Gotta ask you about Mission Impossible. It's Fallout. I remember the Paris sequences. What like how is that experience? Mr. Cruz.
You know what?
I heard he does his own stunts.
I think I'm going to disappoint you because every time the people see on which movie I was working in,
Yeah.
people ask me some question about Mission Impossible 6. And to be honest with you, I did nothing. I was just sat on the car, like crossing Tom Cruise when he's on his motorcycle in the Arc de Triomphe in France. But
Yeah.
no, I didn't yeah, I didn't do nothing, something special. I was like just we call it stunt utilities because
Gotcha.
when American production come to France to do this kind of movies, they are forced like to employ French people just because
Gotcha.
it's like this.
Yeah.
But the stunt guys come with their core team and their stunts, so
Yeah.
everything is already prepared, and we are just like this, sat on chairs at the bar. Oh my god, this guy is so fast! Just pretending to make it dangerous. But yeah, no, nothing special.
Okay.
And you
So,
know
but
what?
then go
That's
ahead.
kind of why we created Phantom Quartz,
Yeah,
because we have with the 20 years of career, we kind of have a frustration
of
of
course.
Yeah. I
not
understand.
doing the biggest stunt as we can.
Yeah.
So we were like, let's try to do what we can together.
Yeah,
So then for you, you just worked on a couple like about a year and a bit ago on John Wick 4.
yeah,
So
Oh,
same
John Wick.
experience. Sorry.
Yeah,
yeah. John Wick, it was good.
yeah.
You
John
can.
So
Wick
how
was
was
a
that
great
experience
experience.
working with on John Wick?
John Wick was a great experience because we were a whole team of maybe 20 French stunt performers in the stairs of Montmartre.
Yeah.
And it was very special for us because the stunt double of Kenny Reeves is a friend of us called Vincent Bouillon. The local stunt coordinator was French as well. So we kind of have a, a French energy that we can put into an American project.
Yeah.
And
Finally.
I'm not saying that French and American was different. We all worked together, and
Yeah.
that was the magic of the process.
Gotcha. But these American films are good for your industry coming in and good for the economy too, right? Like these big
Yeah, yeah,
budget
of
movies.
course, of course, of course. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah,
It's like when we were working on Dunkirk from Christopher Nolan, we spent like 2 weeks in the water doing nothing special, just some bubbles. But yeah, it's just the situation to cross Christopher Nolan and to pretend to be in this kind of big movie. It's really good, but yeah, most of the time we are not employed to do big stunts. It's just yeah, we still local people.
well, I'm assuming, yeah, the dream you mentioned before, the dream is to make a feature film. I'm assuming,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
You guys have it though. Like this is a great like proof of concept, quote unquote, to like show what you guys can do, right? So
yeah,
you think so?
I know I'm telling you, it's like, listen,
yeah.
I watch a lot of films, right? A lot of short films. That's the best action sequence I've seen in a short film.
Oh, really? I was saying, thank you.
And I'm talking thousands of films, right? So
Yeah,
yeah, that's
yeah,
the best. You can quote me on that. That's like it's unbelievable.
yeah,
That's more than a compliment. Thank you,
yeah,
because
yeah,
that's the step we want to go through now. Is we know we're able to do a fight scene. Now we know that we can do a car chase. We know we can mix the both. We know we can do to follow a storyline. We
You could
know we
set
can.
somebody on fire, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it just
To kick him out of the truck.
Yeah, and but okay, so was anybody recording the behind the scenes of that sequence?
Yeah.
we do have one behind the scene who's 6 minutes something.
Okay,
I can send it to you, but
send it to me. Yeah, because
it's not out
that
yet.
that's
But
that would be great because it's like as I said to you, it's like I'm watching the film and it's like, oh my God, this is unbelievable. This is great. And then you get the nerd alert, and then you get in and you're like, okay, how do they do it? What do they do? Like frame by frame. How did that
Yeah.
guy
Yeah.
jump off the motorcycle and be okay? How do
Yeah.
they do the sequence with the editing when the guy gets shot in the head,
Yeah.
right?
yeah,
And it's
yeah,
like, oh,
you
then the guy set on fire. Like you start breaking it down, right? So I love to see
Yeah.
the behind the scenes
the behind the scene explains everything.
because I'm assuming you're not driving that fast, but then when you put it together, like you're driving fast, but you're not driving
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Yeah.
as fast as it
It's true.
appears in the movie, right?
Yeah.
It is true. Yes, we're not driving that fast.
Yeah,
And for example, the stunt where I'm jumping from the truck to the car.
yeah,
So we were driving kind of fast at this moment,
yeah,
but a lot of people from the stunt industry watch this scene and ask me, "How did you rig this stunt?
yeah,
How did you do with the rig?" And we were just like, "No, we didn't rig it because that's why we want to do a movie together because that's that kind of scene just
yeah,
for safety
yeah,
on a movie just for the insurance and everything should be rigged
Yeah.
and because we were together and we were producing and doing the whole thing we're like no the funny part for us is to do the stunt without rig on this one so for the jump from the motorcycle as well
yeah,
and it's yeah it's that's why it's kind of like I said the Tom Cruise Mission Impossible
Yeah. Exactly.
is a big inspiration for us
yeah,
because Tom Cruise is doing his own stunts because he just because he wants to do it.
yeah. And he's like 60,
Yeah,
Yeah.
right?
60 and he's still pushing the limits.
So yeah, it's funny you mentioned that because I wanted one last point I want to make is that you mentioned Mission Impossible. What makes that movie great is that those movies great, and they are great, is because the stunts, whatever sequence he's getting into, there's an emotional containment, but
Yeah.
also they feel real, right? And what I mean by that, you watch Fast and the Furious, right? It's like, come
Yeah.
on, there's no way he's
Yeah.
going to be
Yeah.
able to do that, right? That's the
Yeah.
most ridiculous thing. But I know it's
Yeah.
a different type of film, but it's like it takes you away. It's like, oh, come
Yeah.
on, that's ridiculous. The guy's going to be dead, right? But then
Yeah.
in your
Yeah. At the end,
film,
you didn't you don't even care of what is going to happen
you
with the
don't
cars.
care.
Fast and
Yeah.
Furious. Yeah.
But your care, like I said, you care about your character. You want your character to survive. So when he jumps from the motorcycle to the truck,
Yeah.
we assume he's going to be okay, but there's also that fear factor, right? We're like, oh, is
Yeah.
he going to be okay? When you watch these other action movies, it's just like whatever, right? Like because
yeah,
Yeah.
the reality is gone, right? There's no reality
Yeah.
anymore.
yeah. There's a lot of words about stunt industry who just want to have fun doing stunts, but we really wanted to show and explain that of course when we're doing stunt we need to serve a story and
Yeah,
to have a purpose of it. Otherwise, even for us, it doesn't make sense to just jump from a truck in fire if there is no reason. Okay, I just jump in fire. We're happy because we love doing stunts, but it's even more um, fun and yeah to do it
Mm.
with a story, a sense.
yeah, that's what you want. You guys did a great job. So,
Thank
are you
you.
guys going to make another short film, or are you going to try to make a feature next?
I
Feature
think yeah.
feature
Yeah.
next
Feature next?
with
Okay.
Yeah,
no
I'm
time.
working on mine since like 3 years. Now I have a production on my back, but I still finish the scripts, and it's a big, long part. and yeah, but I'm forced to do it first.
And obviously you're working on all these like huge films, and I'm sure you're just gaining knowledge, right? You're gaining like
Yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah,
you're like a sponge,
yeah,
right? You're picking up all this
yeah, exactly.
information, right? So
Yeah,
yeah. Because these big movie, I've been in big. I used to work in the industry. These big movies are like you guys know, they're machines. They're gigantic,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
And like they're very like 10-second scene takes 6 hours, right? It's like very
exactly. Yeah,
precise.
yeah, yeah.
So that's even more great what you guys did in 5 days. It's amazing, right?
Yeah. 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 That's, I mean, we were able to do it in 5 days because we had a 10 days prep
Yeah,
before.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, on that note, guys, I wish you the best of luck. Great film. I'd love to talk to you guys again and keep in touch. Let me send me the behind the scenes. I'd love to see it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We will. Thank you.
Thank you.